Hello, my name is Lanny Swerdlow. I'm a registered nurse, and I would like to invite you to compare these three charts that show the differences in life expectancy, infant mortality, and gun deaths in blue states, where the legislature is controlled by Democrats, and in red states, where the legislature is controlled by Republicans. The chart shows that life expectancy is higher, and infant mortality and gun deaths are lower in blue states than in red states. And the reason for this is that in blue states, where the legislature is controlled by Democrats, health care programs are enacted to provide for better health care services for its citizens, and reasonable gun safety laws are enacted. In red states, which are controlled by Republicans, inadequate health care programs are introduced, if they are introduced at all, and the laws that are passed are guns, they make guns easier to get hold of. And these make significant differences in your life. A longer life expectancy actually adds up to millions of years. Let me explain. There are 38 million residents in the state of California. People in California live 2.5 years longer than people do in Texas. So that means Californians live a cumulative total of more than 95 million years longer than the equivalent number of people living in Texas. Although the figures are not as extraordinary for infant mortality and gun deaths, they are still very, very significant. It is a tragedy when an infant dies before reaching its first birth because of inadequate health care laws. And it is a tragedy when a child or anyone dies from gun violence because of the easy accessibility of guns in red states. The billionaire Elon Musk moved from California to Texas, where people live 2.5 years less. Another billionaire, Jeff Bezos, who owns Amazon and just about everything else, he moved from the state of Washington, which is a blue state, to Florida, which is a red state, where people live 1.7 years less. Now, they don't care that you live less. They've got billions. They can go anywhere they want for health care for them and their families. They can go back to California. They can go back to Washington. They can go anywhere. And this also goes true for all those other rich people that have been moving from blue states to low-tax red states, where they don't have to pay extra taxes in order to help you have access to health care. You know, instead what they do is they provide hundreds of millions of dollars to election campaigns to elect Republicans to red state legislatures, where so that instead of the tax money going to provide health care for you and your family, it goes into their pockets instead. Democrats need to get this information out to voters in red states. If I was a voter in a red state, I would be incensed to learn that my lifespan is going to be shorter than if I lived in the blue state because my Republican state legislatures are not enacting health care programs. I would be doubly incensed to learn that a baby born in my state is less likely to reach their first year of birth than a baby born in a blue state. And I would be triply incensed to learn that my family, my community, and myself are more likely to die of gun violence because my state legislatures in the Republican-controlled legislature are passing laws to make access to guns easier. Democrats need to get this conversation out there in order to motivate voters to vote Democratic. Yes, 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 yes. We have the abortion issue, and that's going to get a lot of voters out to vote Democratic. But it's going to take more than that. We've got to get other issues out there to motivate voters as well. And what can motivate a voter more than how long you're going to be alive? What can motivate a voter more than whether a baby is going to reach its first birthday? And what could motivate voters more than knowing that the proliferation of guns is gotten out of hands and Republicans are making it worse? Did you know that the number one cause of death for children and teens in the United States now is guns? It used to be car accidents. Now it is guns. And Republicans are making it access to guns easier and easier and easier. You can find these charts on the internet at www.scientificfreethinkers.com/blue versus red, and that's versus VS, blue vs red. And you know, on these charts I have my sources. You can check it out. You can find out that I am not blowing smoke up your you-know-what. Tell your friends, tell your state legislature, but especially important, get this information out to people you know in red states, that if they want to live longer, they want to live healthier, they want babies to be able to reach their first year of life, and if they want this proliferation of guns that is causing the death rate in this country to soar, they need to vote Democratic. Check these charts out, www.scientificfreethinkers.com/blue versus red.